So I just went for my first sales job interview yesterday, and I felt like it went really pretty well. It's my first time ever doing sales or wanting to get into this field. It's like a new territory for me in general, and yeah, I was very nervous, but at the same time, very like nervous, but not like heart beating fast. I don't know, pump. Like I wasn't that nervous. So went there, was just trying to get the feel. Let's see the energy. Just trying to see like what is like how it is. And it was definitely something that I wasn't expecting. Like I wasn't expecting the office to look like how it did. I wasn't expecting the people to dress like how they were dressing. It was very like casual. Like I think I saw people in like tights, like walking around the place. It was like this is not where I used to work at. People seemed like younger, which was pretty cool. Like I didn't see like not really like an old person. I didn't see like a lot of people, but overall it was like definitely a much younger crowd. Um, but yeah, I was there. I was excited. I had all these questions that I had written down. Like I had all these questions that I had written down to ask the person. Yeah, overall, I remember going into the meeting because I was waiting for a while. I remember going into the meeting and feeling like a little like nervous because it's like this is like a salesperson. Like they know how to sell themselves and this like this. So initially, like I was like felt like I had to make a sales pitch about myself because he was asking like, oh, like let me know, like talk about yourself. So I felt like, but then I started doing it and I was like, okay, this is like ridiculous. So I laughed and I kind of like stopped doing that and then kind of just rotated just being myself and just going with that. Um, I felt like it was pretty good energy. I felt like I had a great response. I was just doing my thing, asking people questions. I think the first thing that really stood out was the fact that I am an interviewer. And, that's like one of the most recent things that I have on my resume. And so he even mentioned it himself because I'm not just asking him about roles, I'm asking him about himself, his, just being like personable. And I'm literally being myself. Like, this is not scripted or anything. And it's just there. So, I'm getting to know about him and getting to know more about the role simultaneously. So I felt like it was pretty good. He even made the remark. He was like, "Oh, you are an interviewer," and I was like, "Well, yeah, I do this for real. The fuck, Philly live." But yeah, like I came in pretty nervous, but then I left it feeling pretty good and excited. And it honestly, it seemed like it was more so we have to make sure that you want to come. It didn't feel like, oh, you didn't get the role. It was more so like, oh, we want to make sure that you are willing to do this. So, all in all, I felt, pretty good about where I stand. And he was just talking about how it's just hard. And I was just asking him questions about, like, what does it take to be a strong performer? Like, what do I need to do? And just basically, working hard, being disciplined, coming back, handling rejection and like even though and sticking to the script and really like just honing in on those things and I felt prepared. I felt ready. Like I felt like I could, do that. But of course, you need to prove it. And that's how I was feeling. Um and so he mentioned something about a second interview. It'll be taking place and this, that, and the third. And I was just like, okay, cool. We kind of ended it there. I left, went on about my day. I felt good. I felt like, like I could really do this. He said, take some time, really think about, if this is something that you want to get into. And yeah, like coming back home yesterday, I felt like, yeah, this is definitely something that I'm gonna, move forward in. So, earlier today, I get a phone call from the HR person who, reached out to me initially, and she talked about how the sales rep job got taken up, And I was like, damn. I was like, wow. But she mentioned like there was this other opportunity that, they feel like I could be a fit for. And it kind of is like, I don't even go hold you. Like, I don't even really want it for real. But it's like I like the location of where it is because it's pretty close to where I live. And like for me, like I'm somebody who already has that similarity to something, so it's like I already felt like I was gonna work here, and so to be rejected from that job, it kind of sucks. And then to be like talked about like another job, but the earning potential isn't near what it was for the inside sales job. Like she talking about average earning potential is 40 to 50K. The average earning potential in the sales rep role was 50 to 70. So it's like that shit is like frying, to be honest. Like I don't like she mentioned like, oh yeah, like most people are making well over that, but it's like the fact that this is the average earning potential is like, bro, like and that's not even base. Like obviously like the base is 31K, and then me getting these thing like doing my job can get me to the 40 to 50K. So it's like I'm just hoping that it's less work, at least in order for it to compensate for the fact that I'm not going to get paid a lot. Like that's the part that's really like, that's really irritating. I'm not going to lie. To get hit with like, oh yeah, the earning potential inside sales rep 50 to 70K, and then yesterday, the person that I was interviewing with, they really broke down like how the commission stuff works and stuff like that. So I was just like, okay. And he was talking about how most people, if they land the job, they focus on this within like 3 months, 6 months, they'll be earning around that 50, 60, maybe even 70K area. And it was just like in 3 to 6 months within that time, I'm just like, hell the fuck yeah. Like I believe in myself. I know that I can do it. I know that I can be the best in anything that I put my mind onto. So I was prepared. So, the fact that I'm getting hit with this job and the average earning potential is 40 to 50, it's like, I don't even want to try. I don't even try. Or I don't even want to try as much. So something about the inside sales rep is that they were talking about how, you're going to be making like 80 calls a day and expecting most of that to be no. And so I'm like preparing myself for that. So I'm just hoping that with this role that it's going to be less calls, because it's like, bro, like I don't like 40 to 50K a year, bro. I can't. That's like chump change to me. Even though like with the amount of money that you can make in a month, like I'm grateful for me to be in the position that I'm in, because it's like, wow, that's not a lot of money. I don't have a lot of liabilities or things that I need to take care of on a monthly basis. Like on a monthly basis, I pay my mom $250. I send $250. At least $250 a month for my trading, and then I pay for food. Maybe that's like $150, or maybe $150 a month, or something like that. Maybe $200 a month. Who knows? And then a little bit of my credit card. Maybe that's maybe $150 a month again. So honestly, I don't know if it really adds up, but I did the math like a while ago when I was like budgeting, and I need minimum like $1,500 a month for me to survive. And that's like me, like everything that I mentioned, being able to put a little bit of money in my savings, like the bare minimum amount in my savings, and then still, catering to my trading account, still being able to give my mom, $250 a month, and still being able to have money for food, and, a little bit of like having fun and like going out and shit. $1,500 a month is like my bare minimum. So, I live in Philly. So they're saying for annual your average take home pay is $2,100 a month after all of this and this. Let me just see something. Okay, so I went to ChatGPT. So they're saying bi-weekly if paid every 2 weeks, $900 a month. But that's not what I meant to say. $900 every 2 weeks, which I get paid every 2 weeks, or I would be. And this is assuming like no pre-tax deductions. So they have health care and they have a 401k thing. So I'm probably, if I, try to opt in, like I'm probably gonna be hit with like less than $900. So maybe like $800, maybe $750. Who fucking even knows? So I had it include like deductions and like be opting in and shit. So now they're like 840 to 860 per paycheck. This is absolutely blowing because look at the monthly, bro. Look at the monthly, bro. I was making close to 1800 in 2 weeks. So I'm like literally getting slashed. But keep in mind, this is base. But at the same time, this is my reality. Like if I sign in for a month, I'm going to be in training for a month. So I'm only going to get hit with 840 per paycheck. And that's like, bro. I just realized that if I get the position, I'm going to take it. Because I realized that people have been in not so great situations and still aren't able to still are able to overcome it and become great. I was just thinking about Doyle and how I don't remember how much he was making. I could watch that video, but he was making maybe like 1,000, maybe 1,400 a month, and he was still sending in like 2, 3, sometimes even $400 a week to his trading account to just grow it. And so it made me realize that it's like, okay, I need to do, like, there's still a way. Because if I'm able to put $200 a week, that's still $800 a month. And that's awesome. A great amount. Yeah, I'm just worried about making the wrong mistake or making the wrong decision and wondering like, oh, why can't I just get like a regular accounting role like how I was before? It's like boring, but you get more money like for your time, and it's just like right now this stuff isn't even like stable, like it's not even predictable. Like let's say I happen to do get $50,000 this month or a year or whatever, but like on that track, who's to say that's going to be it next year? Even though it's slow growth in this accounting regular stable job, it's like at least I know how much money I'm going to be making, even though I am miserable, even though I hate like the corporate culture. Like at least like money is coming into my bank. Like I was making $3,000 a month, bro. So I was able to live off of $1,000 every month and save $2,000 to trading. And it's like my trajectory was like, if I didn't get fired, like I would have been able to consistently grow my account to like high five figures if I just kept on going. And if I was there, bro, imagine doing that same energy and I was there for maybe 2 years, bro. Like I'd literally be at 50K. I'd literally be close to 50, 70K, right? Like, you know what I mean? And so, I feel like I'm going backwards, but I don't know. It's closer. The location is close. I'd have to drive, but honestly, dealing with SEPTA nowadays, it's kind of like a good thing to not be dealing with them because it's weird now. And then also a good thing is the time for this one, I will always have time to trade because I don't start till 11. I don't end until like 8 p.m., but I have time in the morning to always be available for trading. So that's like, a key thing. It's close to where I live, like literally 30 minutes, sometimes even less depending on traffic. And even at its highest, like I'm literally looking on Google Maps, at its highest, most trafficked, it's 35 minutes. So that's like nothing. And I'm not having to deal with I-76. That's another plus. Like, oh my God. Everything seems cool. The people seem, very, helpful. Seems very friendly in there. I did get a bit of a corporate vibe, just like, like I haven't been around, like, I just came back from Africa, bruh. So I haven't been around white people in a minute, bruh. For like literally like a month. I have not been around like white people like that. So to come in yesterday and to be a part of that interview, the shit, and like literally hear the laugh. I know if you've ever worked in corporate, you know what the fuck I'm talking about when I say the laugh. And like the bad jokes, and just like it was like, bro, no way I'm here again. It kind of, I don't know, it put things, it's weird. And there's other things that make me question a lot of other things. So I'm looking at my budget, and I'm looking at it, I'm just putting it down right here. 840. Give it all for love. Did this, only this sober. Oh shit! I thought I was. I thought I. So yeah, I'm just looking at this, and I'm like just trying to see how am I gonna fit. So this is for 1 month. Projecting, we have $0 in our checkings, and we just get paid, and we get like boom 840. This is where this shit is going. Blah blah blue. SEPTA. I don't even know if that's gonna be true. This is how much. And then the next 2 week, we're negative. So I'm trying to see, okay, we'll have to significantly cut down on my credit card. I don't want to take away from trading. So maybe gas, take away SEPTA. Fuck that. This is break even. This is break even, assuming we have $30 to spend. But if we have nothing to spend, we're negative, down 30. I don't want to budge on anything. Like, you think I'll have to, okay, in a month, you think I'll have to pump gas twice? I'm just thinking. Yeah, most likely. I'm actually looking at it. Okay, so the only thing that I'll have to do really is do this. Yeah, bump it down to 60, so that we could potentially have, it says total leftover is 100 if we bump it down to 60. So basically $20 a week going to my main savings account, going to, I think, trading, and I believe my emergency savings account right here. So these three things, weekly. This is every 2 weeks I get paid. So for that type of thing, it'll be $60. So it would probably be, I don't even know. I'm just trying to figure shit out here. Okay, going through my budget, I was just thinking, okay, to like make this shit work, I would have to bump down the trading to 200 every 2 weeks, so 400 a month rather than 500, because that seems like the only thing. Because like, obviously I don't know, this is the first paycheck that makes it like, okay, cool. But then of course, I gotta send my mom 250, so that second one, let me duplicate this. The second one is what's gonna make it a little bit like of a burner. But then once we pay that off, this is the duplicate. But then the next month, like once we pay off my mom, the next month we have, like, based off of all of this, we'll probably have 150, to be honest, on the credit card again. But that's when I could potentially send more to the trading account, maybe even 300. So I don't know. I feel like base, okay, yeah, that's a good idea. Okay, so base is 200 a month. or sorry, 200 every 2 weeks. But if I have additional money, then I'll just send it there. So, okay. We, this is scraping, but it's manageable. We'll only have like potentially like 20 to like $60 left over every paycheck, but I'm willing to make this work because I believe in myself. I believe in my abilities. Um, like we just got to make it work. To be honest, like that's just what needs to happen because it's no other way. But yeah, there's a lot of things that I need to figure out, and I'm still, figuring out as the days go by. She said that she was gonna give me a call maybe sometime later today or tomorrow or something, and I could potentially be starting on the 19th, which is kind of crazy. Um, Literally next week, so we'll see. If that's the case, hopefully, I feel better. Hopefully, my just want to get into good health, but I I don't know. I'm kind of down in the dumps. It's literally just because of the income, man. Like, I'm just trying to get to my goals as quickly as possible, but it doesn't feel like I'm doing that. It feels like I'm kind of, taking a back seat. Like, why am I not going for a high paying role? Like, if my goal is to really get out of a job and start making money on my own and be an entrepreneur and all these things. I don't know. I'm just trying to follow my soul, just trying to follow on, what I believe to be right. And it's back and forth. I wasn't expecting this. Pretty sad, disappointed, but we're still here, so yeah. All right, I'm getting sad in this joint, so I'm just gonna end it here. But don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.